Alright, today we're going to be operating on my original homelab setup. This is the first desktop machine that I had that I repurposed into a server, and just kind of got into enterprise type stuff like running CentOS, got that working on here. Did some virtual machine hosting on here. Did my first RAID storage configuration. I even bought a RAID card to go in it. Got my first foray into multiple networking interfaces on one machine. All that stuff. It's an old AMD. I don't even remember what the processor is. I'll be able to find out when we're doing all this. So the task for today is, because I have a rack now, and I want to be able, I don't want this desktop case in just taking up more space in my rack anymore. So the plan is to move all of these guts into this, which, if I can get it all in frame, is a Roswell server chassis. Now, this came, a buddy of mine ordered another Roswell server chassis, a little bit different. It had the bays for the drives right here. And that was pretty much the only difference. It came with the bays to mount the drives. But this one came free along with the one he ordered, because this one's set up to do more of the graphics card, like mounting the graphics cards in here for like a Ethereum mining rig or something. But they basically were giving these away if you ordered a regular chassis, because I guess they just had the warehouse stuffed with these. But anyway, it's pretty cool. Got a little key on the front, space to mount some fans, a basic front panel, a couple USB inputs, power switch, reset switch, some mounting holes for fans. It even has a filter inside, a little air filter. So that's pretty sweet. So that's the plan. Taking all this stuff out of here, putting it in there. I'm probably not going to meticulously video all of that stuff, just because most people who are interested in homelab things have probably built stuff like this before, and kind of know how it all goes together. But yeah, I have some special things I'm going to be doing. So this one obviously didn't come with a hard drive bay, so I don't know what I'm going to do for that. I did scavenge some parts off of an old server from work, and I might try to use that drive bay in this chassis. I don't know how well that's going to work. I may also try and extract this thing out of the old desktop case, and then try to do something with it in there. I don't know. We'll have to see, and see how this kind of progresses. But for the most part, it'll be getting the power supply in here first, getting the motherboard mounted, and then I just noticed I don't have any spaces for PCI cards. Nice. Well, I guess we'll figure that out. Alright, let's pause and I'll get going. Alright, so first thing I had to do was move this guy. Thankfully they put enough holes on here so I can move him out of the way. So that's just to mount the fans that go in the center. I don't even know if I'm going to put fans in the center, because I think just some fans going on the front will be enough. These are the fans that I'm going to put along the front. I have a number of them, probably more than I'm actually going to need. I just stuck one right there. I have like 6 more of these fans. The other thing, so this is the piece that I salvaged out of another rack mount machine. So I got the screws that go in there for the hard drives. So I don't know if I mount it this way or I'm gonna mount it that way. I don't know. We'll figure it out. So now I'm gonna start moving stuff out of the old case into this one. Alright, so I got the power supply mounted and I've been working to gut this thing. I got the drives out. I got the motherboard pretty much disconnected. I just gotta unscrew it from the thing. These are the drives, some Western Digital Reds. The mirrored ones, 17 March 2013, 17 March 2013. So those are from the same batch. And then the no raid one, August of 2014. So, and then this is the solid state drive. I'm pretty sure it's a 32 gig. At least that's what I remember setting up. So, and then these are the PCI cards. So I got a 4-port gigabit. I believe it's an Intel NIC. HP NIC. So that's actually pretty good. This it's a Sartec RAID controller. It's pretty good. I haven't had any problems with it. I did mark the ports, so I color coded the ports. Yellow port, yellow drive, white port, white drive. I don't even think that matters. I think the controller probably figures out based on the drive information which one it's supposed to get connected to. So now we'll just do the motherboard and start getting stuff mounted in this one. Hopefully it goes alright. I'm still kind of worried about the PCI stuff. I may have to get a little bit arts and craftsy to get that to work back here, but we'll see. Alright, so I know it's a quad core AMD. I'm not taking the heatsink off and reseating all that shit. 8 gigs, 2 sticks, so 16 gigs of RAM. Pretty skookum little machine for what I ask it to do, so no problems here. So obviously I got the motherboard out and traded the standoffs from the old one to the new one in the same pattern, so we'll get that going. Alright, so the test fit is going about as expected. Now the RAID card doesn't have any external ports, so I just bent the little tip back, and I'm gonna fasten it to this honeycomb frame with a zip tie, because zip ties are awesome, and that should hold that pretty securely. For the Ethernet card, I have no other option but to make some space, as it were. So I've kind of outlined in yellow where I'm going to be cutting for all 4 of the ports, and then we're going to do sort of the same thing as the RAID card, zip tie it in position, and then it won't go nowhere. So I'm going to take out everything I have in here, make the cuts, and then hopefully that works. Alright, so here we are. We got I got the drives mounted. I got it kind of hooked into this little cross beam right here. I got all the fans hooked up from kind of screwed into the front. Connected power. That's wired up. This is wired up. Got all my SATA connections going through some of that. I did put some electrical tape on the bottom. I might put some right here because this edge was kind of sharp a little bit. So I got it hooked up to a monitor and a keyboard and mouse. So let's see. Oh yeah, I wanted to show you the hack job I had to do on the back here. So that's where the 4 ports are. It does work. I can get the Cat 5 in and out. That's my zip ties. I made sure to cut them at a nice 45-degree angle, so that way they're sharp next time I go in here. They can cut me. So, yeah. The Dremel, I didn't have any cutoff blades for the Dremel anymore, so I had to use the 4-inch angle grinder. So it's a little bit nasty looking, but whatever. Life goes on. All right. So, is it gonna light on fire? The fans are on. Alright, well, she's doing something. Can't really tell if the drives are spinning up. It's been a while since it's been on, so I don't know. Seems like it's working to me. It's reasonably quiet. The fans seem to be pulling a good bit of air. Oops. Let's see if it comes back a little. Let's see if it will boot up all the way. Alright, I knew it was an AMD Athlon 2 quad core processor. 2800 megahertz. Yeah. So it's got the right. Wait, there's the date. Okay. Yeah, that's about right. All right. It doesn't want to boot, or it doesn't want to get all the way into the operating system. For some reason, now I was having that issue before I turned it off. It wasn't booting up all the way, so we may just be back to where we were, which is fine. That's all I needed to do. Yeah, it just sits and spins for a while, so I might try to fix it, but I'm not heartbroken if I can't recover anything off this disk. So it's probably time to just install a new operating system on it. So that might be another video, but I think that's enough for today. Alright, well, it's been fun. I'll, yeah, whenever we put a new operating system on this thing, I'll make a new video. So that'll be cool. Till next time.